Bitcoin's been a wild run, and boy, have you been right. But I'd love for you to respond to this report.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people don't understand our core business. We're a Bitcoin Treasury company. We're powered by a Bitcoin reactor. We've got $35 billion of Bitcoin, and it's spinning at 100 vol. So the way we make money is we're selling the volatility and recycling it back into Bitcoin. And we're also stripping the volatility and the risk and the performance off of fixed income securities. And we're transferring that to the common stock. So our common stock is delivering 2x Bitcoin, 2x vol. So Andrew, if you want to understand the economics of this, we generate a spread. The BTC spread we generate, it's a function of the equity premium, the convert premium, and the Bitcoin premium. The Bitcoin premium is the ARR of Bitcoin versus the US dollar. 2 weeks ago, we did 4.6 billion of an ATM. We ran it at a 70% spread. That means we made about a $3 billion BTC gain in 5 days. That would be about $12.50 a share. But over 10 years, that's $36 billion, or about $150 a share, just on that 1 week. This week, we did a convertible bond, $3 billion at an 80% BTC spread. That's a $2.4 billion gain. That's about $10 a share. But over 10 years, that's $125 a share to the shareholders. I think that the thesis of the shorts is if the premium in the equity disappears, we can't make money. What they miss is that when we actually borrow money at 6% and we invest it in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin goes up 30%, and by the way, Bitcoin's going up 60%, we're getting a 90% BTC spread, but it would be 80% BTC spread, which means the $3 billion fixed income raise in preferreds or bonds generates the same $125 a share and $30 billion over 10 years. So once you understand that, you have a different view of the company.
So what do you say though to those who say there's a risk here, because this is effectively a levered Bitcoin position, and if in fact Bitcoin goes down, this becomes a much more complicated situation?
Yeah, well, the number one risk you take is the existential risk that Bitcoin has an extinction level event and goes to zero immediately tomorrow. But every long investor in Microstrategy is a Bitcoin maximalist or Bitcoin believer. They've accepted that risk. Once you accept that risk, what do we expect? We expect it's going to go up 29% a year for the next 21 years. It's been going up 60% a year. So the people that are buying the equity are buying the equity because they want 2x Bitcoin, they want 2x vol. And once you accept that idea, you can see, over the last 2 weeks, Andrew, we've generated $5.4 billion in BTC gains. We're making $500 million a day. I'm staring at my screen, and we're selling dollar bills for $3, sometimes a million times a minute. And so it's not impossible. I mean, we may very well be the most profitable company in the United States, growing the fastest right now, because there's not many companies that are making $500 million a day doing what they're doing. If you don't like Bitcoin, you don't want any piece of it. But if you like Bitcoin, then this is a monster for you.
And we have XRP pumping over 21% today at $1.60. Let's get into the video. Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And make sure you join the Patrons. If you're not a part of the Patrons, make sure you're hitting the Cash App. And also, guys, make sure you go like and follow the TikTok. More videos to come. And now Michael's Saylor'S strategic plan when it comes to Bitcoin is being exposed. We have the shorters coming in. We had Mike Novogratz yesterday talking about him being over-levered. But guys, remember, this is all part of the plan. Don't forget Morgan Stanley took a stake. We have BlackRock took a bigger stake. And yes, MicroStrategy is not going to end well. But for right now, it's the way to sell the people on Bitcoin and crypto without teaching them the system, without letting them know about this fourth industrial revolution, without telling them that these cryptos are for the robots, algorithms, and drones. And that's the reason why we have all these altcoins, these meme coins with no utility pumping because it's cheap. People are looking at the money and not looking at the agenda behind the curtain. Now we have Benoit says retail adoption is coming and is being pushed by stable coins, and crypto gaming is right around the corner. And because of blockchain, people that's going to be taking advantage of it is not even going to realize they're using these digital assets. And that's the reason why they want to make this technology seamless. So therefore, the people only have to do is tap or click and it's done. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have $6.5 trillion sitting in these money market accounts. And you know, I've told you time and time again, but this money is not going to flow inside the United States. This money is going to flow over in the emerging markets. As these geopolitical events start to step up and the Fed starts to lower these rates, it's going to be more attractive, more cheaper to go overseas than to be in a stock market that's already too expensive. We already are at the highs. And we've already heard from Jay Clayton when it comes to these banks, they want to consolidate them or get rid of them. Why? Because of real-time settlement, and we know Basel III is right around the corner. These capital requirements are going to require consolidation. Remember, guys, it's a plan that moves in phases. It doesn't happen overnight, but we know Trump's job over these next 4 years is to get us landed in the fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
I mean, we had Brian Armstrong from Coinbase on a couple of weeks ago, right before the election, and one of the things he said is he sees cryptocurrency more broadly entering this utility phase. How do you see it?
No, absolutely. Crypto is at the intersection of technology and finance, and a lot of the founders are really technology specialists. So we wanted to come in and assist them with the financial side of their protocols and token launches. We have seen a lot of innovation on the infrastructure side, and now indeed we're entering the consumer side where we're going to see more broader retail adoption. We think there's going to be a lot of use cases for crypto. We're already seeing it in stable coins, in meme coins, in prediction markets around the election. There's going to be more. We see crypto gaming coming. For a lot of those applications, you won't even know that there is crypto behind it. The blockchain technology will be abstracted, and we think what it's bringing in terms of decentralization, portability, as well as data ownership will be things that will be tough to leave behind.
Incredibly bullish, Dom. If you look at the cash buildup on the sidelines, you can go to the St. Louis Federal Reserve webpage, and they run a calculation on money market. There's $6.5 trillion in money market, sitting on the sideline ready to be deployed. Earnings came in strong, very impressive on earnings. So everything's a go as far as the market goes. The HCM byline's positive, the trend's positive. I think investors need to stay fully invested. I think 2025 could be a banner year.
If 2025 is a banner year, what exactly is going to be the leadership there? Over the course of this week, it's been those small cap stocks. Some could say it's a catch-up trade, this broadening out. It maybe has more legs. The Magnificent Seven, not necessarily the ones that are doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but mathematically they have to do the heavy lifting. So how do you reconcile all of that?
Well, I've been talking about small caps all year, and I've been pretty bullish on small caps. Small caps, at the beginning of the year, were so volatile they were almost untradeable. But I think they're going to really they're doing well right now, and the trend's clearly up. But I think small caps are going to continue to do well. Regional banks should do well. I mean, if we get any kind of drop in interest rates, regional banks should start to do well, and you start to broaden out what you're looking at. One asset class, Dom, that seems to be overlooked all the time is convertible bonds. If you look at CWB, the convertible bond trade is breaking out. So if you're looking for more of a fixed income play, even though that interest rates have gone up a little bit organically, not because the Fed hasn't dropped rates, but I think there's going to be a tremendous amount of opportunity in 2025. There's a lot of undervalued sectors out there that still haven't participated in this bull market.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leverage to technology, and I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.